of running a business.
Absolutely, yes, of course. Because even now I know how to become successful regardless of my situation. So it doesn't matter whether I go bankrupt tomorrow, I will know the route. I know the way. Before I didn't know the route, I was looking for the route. Yeah, that's the difference. Now, no one can put me down because I know how to get up very easily, and it's simple as well. It's simple because you find a service that you can provide and you give the maximum, and you start with one client, make sure they refer, and then make sure every other client refers people, and you don't even have to do any marketing actually, but marketing helps a lot. That's a different thing. Yeah.
Because you're over delivering, you're saying.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, so I would like to do a little segue into the questions I wrote down, because I think there's some interesting things to uncover about you and about your journey, and maybe
Sure.
some things about, you mentioned a little bit that you had a first business in 2018, right?
Correct.
And I remember when I started my first business, I was like, yeah, I'm going to do this. This is going to work. I was really enthusiastic, and then it didn't work. And I was like, oh no, am I doing something wrong? And more over the years, I looked at people, and people who were successful, and I realized almost everybody, they had their screw ups, right? There was not something that is not supposed to happen. Right?
Yeah, it's supposed to happen actually.
Yeah. So you also talked about how you're a hard worker. You really deliver when you're working. So it makes sense to work for yourself. So I'm curious about really what inspired you to become an entrepreneur, to go down this path. Like, where did that start? Like, we have some seeds there, but I'm curious, like, what's really moving you? What moved you to go down that route, to be like, yes, I'm gonna do it, and not just talk about it, but actually do it, like you're doing it right now.
Well, actually, one thing I want to do is help a lot of people. So not only in terms of service, but help poor people in poor countries, and in terms of spreading the religion and things like that. It's a lot of things that I had in mind. So for that, I had a feeling I needed money, and the more money I have, it becomes easier. So that's one reason why I wanted to get to a business where I can. I was looking for a passive income as well. I have done so many things in my life, so it's not like it's just going through business. I've tried to gamble in my life, tried to win big, and I've played poker, I've gambled, I've done like I tried to do a lot of things. But in terms of business, another thing that will restrict you is if you're comfortable in a situation, then it's very hard for you to go too far. So with my previous marriage, what happened was I was kind of comfortable in terms of financial situation.
Yes.
Because I was married to a GP, so I was thinking, okay, there's money in the house, we can do what we want. So there was the why wasn't strong enough. So you need a very strong why. If you have a very strong why, then it becomes so much easier as well. And I did put my effort into this business, a lot of effort, maybe 16 to 18 hours per day, about 2 years. And that ended up losing a lot of friends, going through a divorce. And then finally I didn't have a lot of money to invest on the business. I invested about 200,000 GBP sterling. And then at the end, I thought, oh, I'm hitting the rock bottom. And actually, I hit the rock bottom later when I found out that there was a divorce filed, and I was kicked out of the house I was in. So I had nowhere to go, and I had to find money for the court case, and I had to find a place to go. So that was a tough time, and I don't give up. I'm not a person who gives up. And the more difficult it becomes, the more challenging it becomes, I take it as a good challenge, and I get a lot of energy. So that's when I thought, okay, the biggest revenge is massive success. So I will do it, and there's no one's going to stop this. And even my mother didn't believe me. And she said, oh, this is what happened. See, you've done so much work, you've done so many things. You even lost your house. It was it was a $500,000 house I lost. And yeah, things like this happen. But in my head, I know I'm not going to go down, right? And that's when I got all the energy. And then I met my wife, and she helped a lot. And I have to tell that I wouldn't be here otherwise. That helped a lot. So anyway, so going back to the disaster that happened is what someone can take is, if you have a very strong why, you need to look inside you and see why you need it, rather than just do it because someone is telling you, or because it's nice to have some money. No, that's not a strong enough why. So if you have a very strong why, then you'll be like, yeah, you would do anything to get there. And when you have that mindset, you will get there. Nothing can stop you getting there. So that's what people need.
So you're saying that that was one of the strongest drivers for you, the why that you had, like on the one side, the positive goals that you had, or the why in terms of helping a lot of people, like you said, and in terms of religion, like spreading a positive message that, that helps people. And then at the same time, you were a little in a pressure cooker. One second, I have some issue with my audio for some reason. Do you hear me double, or?
No, I'm good. I can hear you properly.
Okay. So you had a little situation, let's call it, happening where you discovered that there's a divorce, like you said, which is true for a lot of men, right?
Yeah.
Women are, in my experience, often the ones who realize it first, and women are like kind of slower, like moving a bit slower on the emotional side of things sometimes, I have to admit. So, but there was a lot of negative forces, or let's call it like a pressure that was really like pushing you to where you might have broken, right? Where you said you didn't break, you actually took it, you were able to take it as a challenge because you had the right mindset, or how do you think you were able to turn that around? I'm curious on that.
To be honest, I'm not sure what kept me the drive, right? I have certain things that I know won't happen to me. Like there are certain things that, because as soon as I got kicked out, someone offered me a place to stay. Like it was like a miracle. I didn't. Wow. Yeah, I was just trying to look for a place. I was just walking by. Someone stopped that I haven't seen in 2 years, and then he asked me, "Oh, where are you going?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm looking for a place." "Oh, my friend's got a place. Do you want to go there?" And that was like a hotel. That was a really nice place. So I got that. So things like that. And I spoke to one of my friends, my school friends, being with him, like, I don't know, I knew him for over 35 years, right? He's in the US. I called him. He's like, "Yeah, I'll send you some money." And he sent me $20,000. So things like that happen. So, and then I was like, wow, I have people around me. So then, and even you offered me some help, I can remember. So things like that. So there were some people, but I didn't take everyone's help. But I was thinking, yeah, worst case scenario, I have some people. So yeah, I had it in mind. I need to get up some way. I got a job within like a couple of weeks. I didn't have a job then. I got a job. So things like that happen, and then like miracles start happening. But the thing is, you have to have that positive mindset. You shouldn't go in the negative way. You shouldn't try to take revenge in a different way. Things like that. If you go that way, then everything negative will happen to you, and everything negative. It's what you think is what you attract, right? If you think positively, if you try to do everything good, then you will attract good things somehow. I know it's not going to come straight away, and you're not going to feel it straight away, but eventually it'll come. You have to have faith. You have to believe in yourself. So that's something I did. And my mother, it was the first time my mother didn't believe me. That was very sad, actually. But
with the business, right?
With the business, she thought I'm done. I can't get up again. And I'm like, I couldn't believe it. Because my mother has had, like, she believed me all the way so far. And yeah, the
Yes.
only person who believed me was my wife, now wife. Yeah, and she was with me and she helped me all the way, and she still helps me. She's the one who's getting all the calls booked for me. So she is a business partner, and we work together, and that's how we grew as well. That is, it could be a key as well when two people are, or two or more people are working together to achieve one goal. I don't know what book says that, but I think it's the Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. It gives you so much energy, and nothing can stop that.
Uh-huh. So what do you think was enabling that with your wife to really have this partnership with her, where you're also business partners and you have like a positive dynamic there?
She
I'm
had the
curious about
same.
that. If
She
you
had
want
the
to share
same
about that.
visions, I think. So we both wanted to become wealthy and rich and help others. So it was synchronizing, and we were. Yeah, I think that's what helped.
Okay, so you had alignment with your goals, like you both have had the vision, and it just that clicked in that way, right? Yeah.
Yes, we helped each other. Actually, we helped each other develop so much, and like even today, we do some routine things. This morning, I didn't write my goals, and my wife was like, "Did you write your goals?" And I'm like, "Oops."
Ah,
So that's the energy we have. It's like you don't even miss that kind of stuff.
wow. Well, it seems you're really blessed with the people in your life.
Absolutely.
Okay, so the next question I'm curious about is, because people have a different perception of what it means to be an entrepreneur. When are you an entrepreneur? When are you successful? So I'm curious, what does it mean to be an entrepreneur for you?
For me, being an entrepreneur is being able to help others, actually, to serve others. So being able to serve others, to give a solution to a problem. So that makes me happy to see people succeeding, and that's one of my goals as well. So to help people succeed in life. So yeah, that makes me happy. So yeah, that's what entrepreneur is to me.
And if you were to look at your values, when you say like, let's say you're going through a day and certain things happen, and you have like a feeling in yourself where you're like, I am this person. I am, let's say I am an entrepreneur. I am like, what is the, let's say the steering wheel? Do you have like a feeling for what it means to be in alignment with that role for you, where you would say like, okay, now I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing in terms of business? Probably you have many of those, like for your family, how you want to be with your wife, and how you want to maybe serve and help others. But I'm curious if
It's
something comes up
it's
for you.
I think it's not like a destination, right? It's, oh, you've arrived at the destination, that's it. No, it's an ongoing process. So you keep going, you keep growing, and you keep going. So you learn every single day, you improve every single day. It could be health and fitness, it could be your relationships, it could be your business, it could be wealth, everything. It could be how many people you help, how many clients you want. So it's a matter of how much you can do. So if you can help a million, why help 500,000, right? So if you can help a million, help the million. So do the best you can, and then yeah, that's what we are trying to do. And and the goals are changing as well. It's not like the same goals I had a year ago. So it keeps improving, increasing, which is a good sign. And we are getting there. Yeah.
So what are your goals? Now you made me curious. If you want to share something.
Well, I'll share a few. I've got some wealth goals. Yes, I'm not going to share those, but I'll share some of the other goals, which are like helping at least 1 million people become successful is one of my goals. Having my own charity in Sri Lanka is one of my goals. So spreading Buddhism is one of my goals. So these are some of my goals. So I've got spiritual goals where about meditation and things like that. And meditating every day is one of my goals.